The AK line of weapons are so iconic I bet most people can recognize it through its silhouette, due to how often it's used in all forms of media. Its constant use in real life just comes to how durable and cheap the weapon is compared to others, and that's a testament to the craftsmanship of its creator, Mikhail Kalashnikov. But the AK would start its design during World War II, when Mikhail would get a shoulder injury during the Battle of Bryansk, where he would hear some of his fellow soldiers complain about their rifles. As they were still rocking the Mosin Nagant, the SVT-38, later the SVT-40, and due to a lack of automatic rifles in World War II, the Fedorov Avtomat. However, all these rifles had various problems, from the slow bolt action of the Mosin, to the SVTs all having feeding and jamming problems, while the Germans had the STG-44, which could easily be used in semi and full auto. And that's what made the Soviet soldiers wonder why their rifles couldn't do that, leading to Mikhail to start his weapon design career, with his first weapon being a submachine gun, and I'm not too sure as to why, but I'm going to assume that he started with an SMG due to most of them at the time being open bolt, which have fewer parts and are probably easy to design for a first timer. But this SMG would end up being rejected by the Soviets, but higher-ups were impressed with Mikhail's work, and they would end up assigning him to the Central Scientific Developmental Firing Range for Rifle Firearms, where he would get access to the newly designed Soviet 7.62 by 39 M43 cartridges, and he would use that cartridge in his design due to other designers using it at the time. Using this, he would enter a weapon competition in 1944 with a semi-automatic rifle that would end up losing to the SKS, which made him hit the drawing board where he would combine the best features of the M1 Garand and the STG-44. As for using two different weapons for inspiration comes from his appreciation of good weapons being used in the battlefield, something he appreciates significantly because he used to be a soldier, and at the end of the day, no one really cares how shiny and new your weapon is if it constantly jams or misfires in the heat of combat. He would later bring the AK-1 to the next rifle competition where it would pass the first round, only for the weapon to get a redesign to increase its stability, and by 1947 the AK went out of the prototype phase, where it would pass the army trials with flying colors, and by 1949 the AK-47 would be the official weapon of the Soviet Union.